The midface is an area of the face that's located between the corner of the eye and the corner of the mouth. It's what we often will call the cheek, which is this area here. Now, the youthful midface is characterized by this nice natural volume in this region. Now, as we age, what happens to the midface is the midface will start to deflate and the overlying soft tissue or skin will start to slide downhill, making this look deeper, and we'll start developing a concavity or depression right above this area. So very similar to a balloon, as a balloon loses air, what will happen is it'll start to collapse on itself. So the midface will start to collapse as we age and slide downhill. Now traditionally, the method of rejuvenating the midface is a lifting or tightening procedure, what we'll often call the mid-facelift. And what mid-facelifts do, even though there's a number of ways to do mid-facelifts, they ultimately all will tighten the mid-face region like this. And so when you tighten and lift the mid-face region, it does to somewhat of an extent reverse the aging process of the mid-face, where we lift and tighten in this area. The only problem is it doesn't really address the real cause of the mid-face aging, which is volume loss. So very similar to the balloon that's lost air, the only way you're going to return it back to its original shape is to fill it back up with air. So mid-face aging is best addressed by placing more volume back into the mid-face. And so as you place volume, you'll get a natural lift, and that's why we coined the term volume lift. And so there's a number of ways to restore volume to the mid-face. So you can do a temporary injectable in this area, you can do fat transfer, or you can place a specialized type of implant called the mid-face implant. And my treatment of choice, depending on the patient's choosing, is going to be a mid-face implant. And the reason I like the implant is because it's reversible, it's interchangeable, and it's very, very predictable, because if we put in a certain size, that's the amount of augmentation that we can expect. And if the patient decides someday, I really want a bigger implant, or I want a smaller implant, we can go back and exchange that implant. And it's a very nice implant in the sense that we place it right up against the bone. And I'm going to borrow that implant. This is a sizer, so a sizer is going to be blue, but the actual implant is going to be clear. The implant's going to fit in this area because the volume loss is going to be in this area. So it's going to restore the volume in that area. And the implant is placed right up against the bone and it's fixed in place. And so once it's healed, it's nearly impossible to feel that implant. The nice thing is it gives a very nice, very natural appearing restoration of volume. And restoration of volume in the mid-face is really the treatment of choice for the most natural facial rejuvenation of that area.